Hello, y'all, and welcome to another story time brought to you by ABC Read and ABC Learn, in which we are here to help you develop and nurture that love of reading in every child as well as every adult. How are you all doing out there today, evening, middle of the afternoon, real early in the morning, real late at night, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are around the globe? I hope that you all are doing just absolutely spectacular. And I hope that you all have read or you're planning to read for at least 30 minutes. All right, that's what's up. Well, I am going to share something with you that the International Reading Association has said. That was, I believe, in the late 90s. And basically, the International Reading Association has said that we also believe that the evidence shows that motivation is a powerful contributor to reading achievement. What? What did I just say? That motivation is a powerful contributor to reading achievement. What did I just say? Getting the child to want to read. That right there contributes to reading success. Period. That right there, you got to have that. That's the foundation. Isn't that what I've been talking about on my channel? Motivating you all to want to read, getting the babies, getting the adults, everybody on board to want to read. If that child does not even want to pick up that book, you telling that child, go sit down and read for 30 minutes ain't going to happen. Okay? You got to make them want to read. You have to make it engaging, exciting. That's why you start off with things like, what do you like? What are you interested in? Making that connection. Oh, here's a book on fixing cars. Oh, here's a book on baking. Oh, here's a book on science, right? Here's a book on playing basketball. That's how you make the connection. That's how you get the child to want to read, period. So I just wanted to, share that little research, all right? You know what I'm saying? It's so funny when I read stuff like that, and then after you read it, you're like, okay, was that really like rocket science? Was that really, was that really something like, oh my gosh, this is a great scientific breakthrough. We have to actually get them to want to read. Oh my God. Yeah, but anywho, I'm just saying. Well, speaking of getting y'all to want to read, bam, a lamb. I'm about to read chapter 2 of this book here, Nikki and Deja by Karen English, illustrated by Laura Freeman. And this book right here is about these two little girls. They are besties, they are best friends, and going through this book is just basically, talking about their different, whatever it is that they're going through. I haven't read the whole book. I'm reading it along with you guys. So I'm about to read chapter 2 to you all. But it is really, really interesting. It's funny. I like the dialogue in the book. I really like the fact of seeing these African American girls on the cover because, yes, this is another motivating factor in getting children, especially children of color, to want to read because that is the population, like I said before on my other videos, that is my target audience. I want everybody to want to read for sure because when we all are reading, everybody is doing well. But I'm in particular focused on Black and brown children because those are, as well as adults, because that is the segment of the population where the reading scores are low. And also in terms of wanting to read, the attitude towards reading is low and negative. And I am here to help change that. Not just talk about the problems, but provide solutions. You feel me? Do you feel me? Let's go. Chapter 2. This chapter is entitled New Neighbors. They settle on Nikki's front porch to watch the happenings on their street. Bear sits on the steps between them. Watching their neighbors on Fulton Street is one of their favorite things to do on Saturday mornings. Mr. Robinson next door putters in his yard. Bobby across the street washes his car. Vianda next door to Bobby practices drill steps with her high school friends. Nikki and Deja even like to watch the mailman make his way up and down their block. I bet we could do that, Deja says, pointing to Vianda. It's kind of like cheerleading without the jumping up and down. It looks easy. Nikki watches for a while. It doesn't look easy to her. Nikki's mother opens the screen door and sticks her head out. Nikki, you need to come in and clean your room. Can I stay out for 15 more minutes? 15 minutes, she says, no longer. Nikki watches Deja as she tries to imitate Vianda and her friends. She does a little shuffle and slide. Then she looks at Nikki, seemingly very proud of herself. But Nikki isn't paying attention anymore. A big green moving van is rumbling down Fulton Street. It pulls up to the empty house 3 doors down with a loud screech. Deja watches too. New neighbors, they say at the same time and slap palms. The van's back doors swing open. A ramp clings to the curb, and one of the moving men rolls down a big blue bureau. Nikki and Deja watch as chairs and tables and sofas and boxes and a dollhouse are carried into the house. Kids, they say together and slap palms again. Nikki reaches for the special pouch she wears around her neck. She takes out the pad and pencil she keeps inside it and starts to write down what she sees. Deja glances over at her. Nikki likes making lists. They watch the movers unload more boxes and a smart pink bedroom set with a canopy bed. Then the movers unload a trampoline. Nikki and Deja stare. They look at each other speechless. No one they know has a trampoline. How do you spell trampoline? Nikki asks, tapping her notepad with her pencil. You're the spelling bee champ, Deja says. At that point, a big black car pulls up behind the moving van. A man, a lady, and a little girl who looks the same age as Nikki and Deja climb out. Nikki and Deja stare hard at the girl, willing her to look their way. She doesn't. She just fiddles with the tip of her very long braid and stops to peer down into one of the boxes. Her hair is long, Deja says. Nikki leans her head back to make her own 2 braids look longer. Deja, whose hair is longer, mine or hers? Deja doesn't even have to look at Nikki. Her hair is way longer. Just then, the new girl straightens and glances over at them. Ever so slightly, she rolls her eyes and walks into the house. The door closes behind her. Did you see that? Deja says. She rolled her eyes at us. Yeah, Nikki says. She can't believe that new girl rolled her eyes at them. Who cares about her old, ugly canopy bed? Nikki wasn't thinking about the bed. But now that Deja brings it up, she realizes she did want to see it close up. Yeah, she says weakly. Let's have a club and make sure that girl is not in it, Deja says. Let's make her sorry she rolled her eyes at us. Oh, oh my goodness. Wow. Now you guys see that. Oh my goodness. It's so tripped out because I can totally relate to that. Especially growing up, and again, like I said, this story is relatable because of the fact It talks about different things that I experience in my culture, being an African American woman. And these types of conversations with little girls, comparing hair length, worried about the hair, all of that stuff I remember experiencing. And just to even talk about that, one of the things I just wanted to make mention really quickly is that I'm glad the author even had Nikki and Deja talking about the hair and making that a focus, because this is something that it reminds me of when I talk to my girls about a lot, which is not making a difference about what someone's hair looks like. All right. What do I mean by that? You take care of your hair, sure. You make sure your hair is combed. You make sure that you are washing your hair. You make sure that your hair looks, very well kept. But you do not start focusing and saying, oh, my hair looks like this, her hair looks like that, I'm better than her or she's better than me. Just like when you saw in the dialogue between Nikki and Deja. What was one of the first things she noticed about the girl? Her long braid. And then what does she want to say? Whose hair is longer? But again, who cares? Why is that a factor? And this is something I can tell you and I can attest to big time. In the Black community, when it comes to Black girls and hair, a lot of that concern and that stigma that is centered around us worried about our hair and hair texture and whose hair is curly, good hair, wavy, all of that stuff stems from racism, institutionalized racism, white supremacy. That's where it stems from. What does that mean? Well, that means that we have been shown that white women, long hair, straight hair, has been considered the hair that is beautiful. If your hair is curly, if it's anything close to what a white woman's hair looks like or a white girl's hair, then guess what? You're good to go. But if your hair is kinky, it's growing up like this, you have an afro, you got puffs, you have dreads, that's considered, that's not beautiful. Okay, so again, like I said, I'm glad that the author had that dialogue in there, because then that gives me an opportunity to even talk to my girls about it even more, and also to talk to you guys about that as well, and getting us to start thinking about how we have to undo and get rid of those, horrible ways of thinking, period. Because everyone has beautiful hair, regardless of the texture or the length, all right, period. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed that chapter. Tune in next time for chapter 3 to find out what's going on, what's about to happen with the new girl on the block, and Nikki and Deja and all of that good stuff. And you guys remember to like, subscribe, and share our videos, all right? And remember to please keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. Peace, reading family.